in 2023, I traveled with a bunch of students to Costa Rica to learn about the ecosystem, and despite being more broke than Rickety Cricket, I somehow got the last spot. There, we were led by our tour guide Fabricio, who was very cool and knew a lot about the biodiversity. He's who you've been hearing in the background of our videos. Wow. Anyways, not only did he let us explore the deep wilderness, but he also took us back out at night. So here we go again. Spencer's Adventures, who forgot to film an intro for this series, is back, and all you'll be getting for this intro is a post-production recording. If you're gonna be wandering around in the rainforest at night, you need to remember your bug spray, because you might end up encountering a bullet ant or an assassin bug. I already talked about bullet ants in part 1, so I'm going to keep this brief. They're called bullet ants because they have one of the most painful stings in the insect kingdom. So painful that it feels like you were shot. But surprisingly, the bullet ant isn't the deadliest insect out here. This is an assassin bug or kissing bug. One bite from these suckers contains a deadly disease known as Chagas disease, which kills up to 12,000 people a year, one of the highest death rates of any insect. These bugs may be fearsome, but they are no match for the tree frogs here. The first one on our list is a tiger tree frog. It's an endangered species that gets its name from the stripes on its underbelly. They're struggling due to habitat contamination from pesticides, as well as climate change. And on the opposite end, there's the red-eyed tree frog that I photographed, the most common of all Costa Rican tree frogs. As you can tell, they're called that because of their huge red eyes, which not only aids them in seeing in the night, but also scares away potential predators, because realistically, who wants smoke with a literal red-eyed demon? Just kidding, they're harmless. They also don't have any eyelids, and therefore they can't blink. Speaking of animals with huge eyes that can't blink, here's a beautiful snail-eating snake that our tour guide Fabricio picked up.
I think that's a cat snake right there.
It's a snail eater, Sibon nebulatus.
Okay. Tenía rato de no verlo.
It's for me, it's the Oreo snail eater. You see the color?
Yeah.
So nice.
One of my favorites, really.
Wait, did you just pick them up off the tree?
Yeah, I will put it in the same place that I found it.
Basically you're saying they're hanging out right above our head.
All through the walk.
These guys are a species of cat snake, and they're almost completely nocturnal. Their huge eyes allow them to see in the dead of night, but their eyes aren't their main weapon. Their tongue is. Snakes use their forked tongues to smell, and whichever direction scent molecules come from, their tongue points in the right direction to guide them. Then they strike, chewing into their prey and injecting a paralyzing neurotoxin. This venom isn't dangerous to humans, but it is capable of immobilizing their namesake favorite prey, snails. Hey, remember in part 1 when I said how Costa Rica has bats? Well, now we're actually getting to help them. This leaf-nosed bat was found injured, and we're helping him get back into the wild.
Why is he hanging on instead of just trying to get away?
Because it's Batman.
¿Qué preguntó? ¿Que por qué no me muerde?
No, que por qué no se va.
Sometimes they need time to...
Comfortable.
He really is.
Come on.
Malo, ¿quieres tener ahí un rato? A ver si... No le va a hacer nada. Y si no, igual lo puedes poner. Well, Fabricio gonna wait to the bat fly. I'm gonna show you the order.
Now, there is one animal that I wanted to see more than any of the others. Deadly snakes! You know, the fer-de-lances, bushmasters, coral snakes, and eyelash vipers. But let me tell you, the deadliest snakes that I found were only here on display at the conservation patio. I guess since this is in the middle of the rainforest and outside, should it count? Starting off, we have the fer-de-lance, the deadliest snake in Latin America, responsible for the most snake bites in the region. Their name translates to spearhead in French, as they are notorious for their arrow-shaped head filled with limb-dissolving hemotoxic venom. On top of their extremely potent venom, they are also very aggressive and don't hesitate to bite when they feel threatened. Along with the fer-de-lance, there is also the bushmaster, which, like the former, is a pit viper, meaning that they have heat-sensing pits that detect thermal radiation and body heat. Pit vipers are the SEAL Team 6 of the Reptilia class, as they have a huge arsenal of weapons that they use to seek out prey and defend themselves. As with the fer-de-lance, the bushmaster shoots first and asks questions later. If you can't see them, it's too late. They lie perfectly still, waiting in ambush. The bushmaster is the largest viper in the world and the third largest venomous snake in the world, growing up to 13 feet long and weighing up to 25 pounds. Only the black mamba and king cobra are bigger. Not all Costa Rican snakes are dangerous though. This is a parrot snake, also known as the belligerent zip tie. He wants to be venomous, but unlike the pit vipers and like the cat-eyed snake, he evolved mildly toxic venom and rear fangs. He's one of nature's biggest trash talkers, yet he can't back it up. Seriously, when parrot snakes feel threatened, they open their mouths to try and make their predator think that they're venomous. But it's not like it's actually gonna pack a punch. Their venom will only cause mild itching at most. Hey, maybe I should make a video about this. Last but certainly not least, we have the boa constrictor, the largest snake in Costa Rica, reaching up to 12 to 14 feet long and weighing up to 80 pounds. These arboreal snakes primarily hunt monkeys and rodents, along with iguanas and parrots. While not venomous, they are deadly in a different way. Boas kill with constriction, meaning that they squeeze their prey tightly and block off blood flow to the heart, causing cardiac arrest. Then, it swallows its prey whole, using its elastic jaws to engulf prey 3 times wider than its head. Then, it rests, digesting it for several months. Boas evolved from a common ancestor with pythons. They both kill with constriction and have hind spurs that they use to mate with. But they evolved separately when South America split off from Africa. Boas give birth to live young while pythons lay eggs, and while some boa species do have heat-sensing pits, all pythons have specialized in this ability. Boa constrictors may appear to be man-eaters, but they couldn't care less about swallowing a person. In fact, all of these snakes just want to be left alone, and that's the way it should be. In fact, I recommend to all of you at home to just respect these species. You'll only make it worse if you try to hurt them. Right before I got to bed, however, I encountered an actual wild venomous snake, a white-lipped pit viper crossing the road. This is probably the closest I've ever been to a deadly snake. Well, right before I go out into the Chattanooga wilderness in search of timber rattlers. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this adventure. Be sure to like and subscribe or else...
Say the line, Bart!
Or else you're a communist.
Yeah!
And I'll see you all in the next adventure. Bye!